man. Well, let me tell you what is going on, okay? I was sent a screenshot of an IG reel, and basically the IG reel is from Naomi King's page. I just saw that she uploaded a video. Now, in her IG post, I think it's fair to talk a little bit about this. She says, "Hey y'all, I did not take video 2 down in an attempt to hide it. YouTube flagged it for sexual content. Video 1 I took down myself because people were still clicking on it. I don't want any more misunderstandings. I have another and last video I'll be making on the matter. The 3-minute apology I put up last night just does not cover what I want it to cover. I'm not hiding, and I'm not rescinding my original statement." Well, what was the original statement? You said that he threatened to sue you. You said that there was an alleged essay, but you took that back in your apology, and now you're not rescinding your statement. And then you put the videos on private, so I'm confused. Anyways, um, DG pressured me into things that I did not want, okay? And we had previously agreed would not happen. I was inebriated. He was not. That's a lie because we don't know his tolerance. He could have taken 10, he could have taken 5 milligrams of an edible, whatever it might have been. Um, that's a misrepresentation. But okay. That being said, the way this all went was not what I intended. Hopefully, the video can clear some things up. After this, I'll be backing the fuck off YouTube and any other videos. Well, I don't think she's getting the reaction that, you know, she was hoping for. Let's talk about this other video that she did, which, in my opinion, I don't know what it was supposed to do, but I'm a fair person. I'm willing to listen to it. Okay, I really am. All right, let's hit play on this.
Hey guys, a couple days after I posted the cease and desist video, I was contacted by somebody who claims that they also had similar experiences with Daniel Greene.
Okay, hold up. She writes in the notes, FYI, the woman I spoke to through the Tumblr allegations was not called Madison. That means there's now 4 women who have stories about DG. 4 women. How is it 4 when it was just 1 and it was this 2016 post? Was there another woman? So after she did her C&D video, that video that basically got Daniel Greene canceled, she received communication by another woman who basically said that she had also gone through something similar that she went through.
By somebody who claims that they also had similar experiences with Daniel Greene. Again, this is just an allegation.
Okay, she says, the following is an allegation. The statements being presented are a claim or accusation that have not yet been proven with factual support and thereby should not be considered as concrete proof until further verification or evidence is provided.
I'm not saying that it is true. She wants to remain completely anonymous by name and face. However, she is okay with me sharing her voice. Again, this is just an allegation. I am not saying that it's true, but somebody reached out and she wanted to share her story. So I will be putting some audio from our chat in here, and I've dictated all this stuff onto the screen if you wanted to, hear somebody else's experience with him in the past.
We went to UMW college together. We were both in the same year. This was 2013, and we both graduated 2017. We started hooking up, and we were kind of in the same, friends group, friends with benefits thing, adjacent circles. This was sophomore year. So it was early fall when we started hooking up. So yeah, when the first time we were just in my dorm room, we'd never talked about sex or hooking up or anything before. And yeah, he just grabbed me and like you were saying in your video, he did the same thing, the very aggressive tongue action and mouth.
Yep.
So I remember at the time I was like really surprised by it, but I was like, okay, like I did want to have sex, so fine, you know, whatever. But it was surprising. When we had sex, he choked me and bit me
Okay, so she says that she did want to have sex. He was kind of aggressive. All right.
really hard without my permission,
Jeez.
which I wasn't okay with.
Yeah.
After the sex ended, he asked me, he's like, is there anything that you want different for next time? Like, was there anything that you weren't okay with? It was like this whole thing, like, I really prioritize communication and we need to like be on the same page. And I was like, wow, like actually, thank you so much for asking. The choking and biting, I wasn't okay with. And the next time we had sex, he choked me and bit me again.
Of course.
Okay. What do you guys make of that?
Yeah, and so, you know, I was 19, so in the moment I was like, okay, fine, like, this isn't worth bringing up again, like, it's gonna be ignored. There was one time where I was hungover. I think in general, he just, anytime someone told him no, it was always, oh, well, like, it was like
a challenge.
Yeah, I was like,
she fills in the blank, a challenge.
I have a hangover, I'm not really feeling up to it. He'd wheedle like, oh, I'd be so good, I can be so good with a hangover, blah, 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 blah. There was one time in the winter that I was at, he was, I believe, living in Silver Spring, Maryland. This would have been winter 2014 or maybe early 2015. And I was at Ultra Bar in DC. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's like one of the few clubs where you can get into under 21. My ride like ditched me, the person that I was with, and I called him and I asked him if he could pick me up, and he did, which I did appreciate. But then when he was driving me back to my house, he pressured me into giving him roadhead to wake him up on the drive. I was in a relationship. I didn't really feel good about it, but I didn't really feel like I could say no because I was like, you are going out of your way for me.
Yeah, wow.
So the theme here being, and I think what Naomi is trying to emphasize is that there's this thing where he pressures people to do things that they don't want to do. And people tend to find themselves in situations where they're having to do it, if I'm understanding this correctly.
He pulled over to the side of the road and he got like a really intense expression on his face and asked if I was on birth control. And I was like, no, like I'm not. And I think otherwise he would have come inside of me. But as it was, he just jerked off onto me. Definitely, I was like watching your video and I was talking to my friend too. And because my friend, she's like, I told her about some of the stuff before and she's like, yeah, like it seems like there's a lot of patterns happening here. Let's see, I broke up with that boyfriend, short relationship, but I was like, I don't want to have sex with anyone. He kept pressuring for sex. There was one point he was just really pressuring and I was like, okay, fine.
So her and Daniel, is this like a casual hookup with just some uncomfortable things that were happening in between, like he was biting and choking and she didn't want that, or putting her in situations where she's having to, like, she's pressured to pleasure him type of situation?
Like, as an alternative, I let him spank me and use a vibrator on me, and he used it so hard I bled.
What the fuck?
Which was, which has never happened before or since. It was not a big vibrator.
Oh my god.
But that was unpleasant.
Holy shit.
And when I got into another relationship, this is towards the end of sophomore year, he was pressuring me to make out with my female friend. And like, this is, I feel like, you know, this, like he kept pressuring me to make out with my female friend. And I was like, I'm in a relationship. I'm not going to do it. Not this time. And when I kept saying no, he eventually was like, pointed to me and was like, that's what I love so much about like, she's so loyal. Like, I respect this so much about her. As if he hadn't been, you know, spending the last 5 minutes trying to peer pressure me into cheating on my boyfriend.
That's so annoying. So
it's like an unattainability thing. Like, as soon as you pull back more, it's, oh, I need this. I have to get it. Also, for me, he would not shut up about the time that he worked in a women's shelter for a summer. Like,
okay, well, so let me stop here because I'm trying to get to the part where, you know, clearly there's some things that might have happened with this you know, other person that's alleging this happened to her, but I guess I'm trying to understand, like, what happened. Was there a police report file? Was there consent not given? I mean, she didn't consent to be bitten or choked. Clearly, like, I get that piece, but I'm still struggling with this because it's like, did a crime occur here? You guys know where I'm going? Like, do you hear what I'm saying? Did a crime occur here? Um, Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Like, I don't know if he still was mentioning that, but it was like every single time, even my friends were like, good God, this guy, like, get it. He worked in a women's shelter. He was like, oh, you know, these poor women, I just felt for their experiences and yada, yada, yada. It was terrible. He told me once too, because, you know, he has this whole like, oh, like I'm really woke and I care and I'm progressive and I'm an ally. And he told me once, he's like, I don't date black girls. Like, black girls aren't my type. Just straight up said that. Like, okay. You didn't have to say that. Like, that's an inside thought to have. I don't know.
Oh. He first slid into my DMs over Black Lives Matter.
Oh, yeah, no, that checks out, honestly. Yeah. Black Lives Matter, just, you know, not unless, you know, they're black women that seem interested in him.
What is this supposed to mean? Okay, I don't know. I'm really like, don't know how I feel about this. I really don't, but let me hit play.
The Ultra Bar one is maybe the most specific, but I'm sure he's pressured plenty of women into Roadhead too, so, you know.
For the Roadhead, does that mean, like, he got you to do it while he was driving, or he just stopped on the side of the road and made you do it?
No, while he was driving, and then he wanted to finish, so he stopped by the side of the road, which is like, I don't do that crap. It's deeply unsafe.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. It's one of those things where at the time you're like, oh, geez, well, he really did go out of his way to pick me up, and I don't have a lot of options, and oh boy, I guess I can. So, I feel like with him, it was always super, like, even back then, you kind of got the sense that it was really, like, practiced. Like, the stuff that he'd talk about, be good at talking the talk with, like, kink and communication, and like, I'm in the kink scene now, and it's, this guy would never, I can't even imagine him being let into any of the clubs that I go to. Like, he'd be kicked out in a heartbeat.
Literally.
It's wild. And I told my friend, like, years back, I was like, there's going to be some allegations against him eventually. I was like, I know it's going to happen.
She said that? So what made her say that? That there was going to be some allegations against him? Okay.
I guess there's been more than one. If you're not crazy, it wasn't just you, like, imagining things.
I really, really appreciate you reaching out. Like,
oh, that is something else I forgot to say. He absolutely had sex at his dad's house before. He would tell me about some of the times that he had sex at his dad's house. So I don't know if that changes anything, but like, oh, I was only there to visit my dad, so I wouldn't be having sex. Like, bullshit. He told me about the stuff that he did at his dad's place. I don't know if that's changes anything at all, but, you know, there you go.
Yeah. So is that supposed to give credit to the person that made allegations, alleged allegations in 2016? Is that why this was added here to her statement? How would she know too? Like, was she also talking to him around that time? I have a lot of questions about this.
I said, honestly, I'd seriously been waiting for years for something to come out, and it is weirdly incredibly vindicating. So
hey guys,
she waited years for something to come out. Okay. I don't want to misspeak, but this video, which I just like, Naomi basically says that there was like the FYI, the woman that I spoke to through the Tumblr allegation was not called Madison. So it's a different woman. That means that there are now 4 women who have stories about Daniel. This is what she's saying. Now, let's look at that screenshot that was shown a couple of times. Okay. Daniel Greene is a rapist. He raped me in the summer of 2016, which I think this is what he was addressing in his allegations video, right? He is a YouTuber now with hundreds and thousands of followers. Please do not follow him. He uses social justice issues for his own gain as a white straight man. Isn't it interesting that this caller is also talking about how, you know, um, him working at a women's shelter, using like, is it possible that this person that wrote this is the same person that's in this call? I don't know, but let's keep going. He did many things to me without my consent, and then he arred me and left me to leave his father's house bleeding. This woman is talking about a vibrator that was used on her where she bled, and here in this post, this person on in 2016, I guess, because there's no date to this, also talks about the bleeding. Fuck you, Daniel. Fuck you. F you. F you. F you. F you. All right, that's what it says. Um, I don't know what to say about this, other than um, she writes in the description box, I stand by my apology. I'm so sorry to the essay survivors I have hurt. Maybe that's what she's apologizing about. But I do not rescind that he pressured me into things we had agreed beforehand would not happen while I was inebriated and he was not. Again, you said that he had taken 10. Okay. I don't know what to say about this. Like I said, I don't know. Somebody said in there, thanks for sharing this. The important thing is that we all know we are all made of patterns. So certain instances that could be debated one way or another, but these stories make it pretty damn clear what Daniel patterns are. I'm happy that the two of you were able to connect. Sorry for the assholes in the comment. Well, like I said, there's some people that believe everything that she is saying. Someone said, go away, please. As of now, 90% dislike ratio. Who? You can tell they are smiling as they talk. Wow, this is psychotic at this point. I mean, people are really upset about this. Somebody said in the comments, as someone who has experienced both essay and pressure, it is not the same. Stop manipulating. You look so eager to share this. Even if the story is true, you're damaging not only your own credibility, but also that of anyone with a similar claim. You appear sad, angry, vindictive. You even use the word vindicated. Please stop this. Is that the goal? To be vindicated? Guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I still stand by my thoughts on this. I hope that she gets help because she needs it. And whatever is brought in court of law, if it's proved that she lied, she, needs to be held responsible for lying because I don't think it's okay. Whichever way it was, right? But like, this is the number that she put out there. Who are the other three? Who are the other three? Because this is the first time I've heard of a number 4. Who are the other 3? I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.